Hey there, in this video I'm going to talk about the live group trading calls inside of the Mastermind with Yuuya Kato himself. You guys are going to get a sneak peek in this video of what it's like to actually be trading live with Yuuya, and what I want to do is in this video talk about 3 reasons why these calls are so valuable and how they're helping people to get the results that they're looking for with their trading. The first is that you actually take live trades on these calls with Yuuya and the rest of the Mastermind. This is extremely valuable because instead of you trading alone, and trading can be very lonesome, but instead of you trading alone, you're trading with the rest of the Mastermind and with Yuuya Kato himself. So you have multiple eyes on the charts, multiple people analyzing the chart and giving their feedback on what they think is happening in the markets, and you can make an educated decision based on that, and you'll actually see when Yuuya himself takes a live trade, and you can decide whether or not you also want to take that trade. This can be extremely beneficial because, as you know, Yuuya's been funded at the time of this video 12 different times with different prop firms, and so it's obviously very valuable to be trading alongside Yuuya if you're trying to pass a challenge and get funded, or even if you're just trading a personal account. Taking these same trades on your personal account can be extremely valuable. So what I want to do is actually give you a sneak peek, like I said, of what it's like to be on one of these calls. I'll give you an example of a call from this last week from a New York session, and I want to show you what it's like to be taking trades live on these calls with Yuuya and the rest of the Mastermind.
Gold just broke. Oh.
Yeah, gold just broke.
Yeah, taking trade here is not a bad idea, but like I said, traffic right here would kind of give me hesitation. NYSE is about to open in 6 minutes. That's why I would prefer just waiting for the 30-minute candle to close and then seeing what kind of volume we get. I'm gonna take a small trade. Like, it's a very, I'm not risking too much, but I'll just go and put stop loss right here. And if I do get stopped out, then it just means that this is just a fake out. But I entered at 1939.20. And stop loss is right under, I put 137. Let's see. 37, 84. Oh, I'm good already. Yeah.
What was your risk on that?
I ran a 2.5 lots. I'll just show you on my screen. So I just took that. I just closed it too. 2.5 lot. I stop loss 1337. So what is that? That's barely, or not, $300, $400. So
I see.
Yeah, and then 727. So basically ended the day at 1.4%. It's not a bad idea to take buys right now, to be honest.
Yep.
And then if you want to be safe, you can wait for this 30-minute candle. And what would give you more assurance is if the candle body closes above 161.50. So if you would have took it right here at 161.50, you would have been in drawdown for a little bit, but at the same time, 1%, you can make your 1% right here already. So
I'm in that
Thanks,
GJ
Yuuya.
trade that you just closed.
yeah, I'll definitely place the stops to break even at least, but it does seem like it can definitely go to 162. I mean, it's 21 pips or so.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming
I'm
for.
also in a GJ trade.
Yeah, I think the safest thing to do is just at least put a stop to break even. Like, for me personally, I would have just closed it right now because I set my roost to 1 to 2 kind of trade. So I would have got my 20 pips right there. But I mean, it really depends on what you guys want. But from what I'm seeing, it just seems like there's really nothing stopping it. So I do see 162 being hit. I see 162, the higher chance of 162 being hit than the 161.50 being hit again. So you guys can just take that however you guys want and then kind of like decide on that. But 20 pips isn't bad either too.
Thank you,
All
you.
right, good night, Yuuya.
Thank you.
All right, isn't that just awesome that you can take trades live with the rest of the group alongside Yuuya after hearing the analysis, knowing why it'd be a good time to enter the trade, and making that decision yourself of, hey, is this a good time to enter a trade or not? And actually being able to take a trade if Yuuya gets in a trade, right? So very, very valuable to have access to that and to be able to trade as a mastermind group. I mean, there's so many benefits to that as far as psychology goes. Trading alone, you can develop really bad habits like revenge trading or other bad habits that can cause you to not be profitable in the long run. So trading as a group and being with the rest of the mastermind can really help you to stay consistent, stick to your strategy, and obviously get more eyes on the chart to give you a better analysis of the chart. So that's number one. The first valuable thing of these live group trading calls is obviously taking live trades on the call with the rest of the mastermind and Yuuya. And number two is actually learning the skill to trade. It's one thing to just try to copy someone and maybe be successful for a little bit, but actually learning the skill to trade can be so valuable. It can pay dividends over your lifetime, and it's really an invaluable skill. And so actually learning the skill to trade is a huge part of these live group trading calls. And the cool thing about these live group trading calls is after you've gone through the 4-part series where you learn Yuuya's strategy, all the secrets of how Yuuya is so profitable and consistent with this strategy, now you're applying that to the market in these live group trading calls. And so obviously you may have questions along the way. And so the way that we've structured these live group trading calls is you're able to unmute yourself, you're able to see Yuuya, he's able to see you, and you're able to actually participate on these calls if you like, right? You can ask questions of, hey, I don't understand why you said this or why you did this, or hey, can you elaborate or explain a little bit more about this? You can ask any questions that you want, and Yuuya loves teaching, he loves answering questions, so that's a very valuable part of the mastermind. So that's the second part that's very valuable of the mastermind. I want to give you an example of someone just asking a question and just a great response from Yuuya. This happens all the time. I mean, I just went in and picked the first example I could find, but here's an example of just that.
Hey Yuuya, I'm wrapping up seminar number 4 today, but I heard you mention trading the breakout of the Asian range. Can you give an example of that?
What I mean by Asia session range is that usually on the 30-minute, you can identify the range, and usually the range is usually either like this bullish flag or even this terrible range that we have to the left. And how I do it is I hop onto the market about an hour before London opens. So I grab the five hours worth of candles on the 30-minute. So the London open is right here. Let's see. London open for me is this candle right here. So 5 hours back would be right up to like these levers. So it's not exactly 5 hours, but sometimes I'll just grab this. So this is my Asia session range at the current moment. So in this case right here, I have this Asia session range. London opens here. So all I'm waiting for is I'll just keep extending this range, for the high or the low to break. But if the high breaks, I'm kind of afraid because of their structure here. So I would personally wait for now the higher point right here to break for a higher probable trade. But if the low here breaks, then what I'm targeting is these order blocks or the previous higher low. So my TP for that trade for my sells would be to these areas right here. And I personally do like that because we can see it got tested multiple times on the 30-minute. And usually after 3 or 4 times it touches, that 4th breakout or the 5th breakout or whatever that breakout happens after 3 touches is usually a strong move, and a strong move because of the fact that since the sellers or the buyers have been trying to protect this area so long, it can only do so much to protect it, and finally enough sellers come in and break it, most likely it's going to come back and mitigate, and we can see the clean traffic to the left. So this little order block or this little higher low has been filled already. So the next area would be these areas right here. And that's kind of like how I trade the Asia session breakout. And usually it's not this choppy or it's not this like slow, but most of the time you usually see the higher or the low break. And then from there, get my 10 pip stop loss and go for my 1 to 2. And I'm in and out. And I usually like to find a trade that goes with my 4 hour and my daily bias. So that's usually something that I look for.
Okay, so that's the second reason that these calls are so valuable, is that you actually get to learn the skill of trading from Yuuya and ask any questions that you have, and that can really give you that clarity that you're looking for in your trading. I know that sometimes you go into the market and you're like, what am I looking at? And you're seeking that clarity to just feel like you actually know what's going on in the market. So this is going to give you that chance to ask any questions that you have and really feel like you actually know what's going on in the market. And just so you know, if at this point you're like, man, I want to learn with Yuuya, I want to see the trades he's taking live, his daily analysis, we actually for a limited time are giving free access to a daily analysis video that Yuuya publishes every day of his analysis of the market, where he tells exactly what he thinks is going on in the market, where he sees it heading, what trade setups he's looking for, as well as actually the trades that he takes live sent out. This is all in a Discord channel that we put together, and we wanted to give you free access to this. So if you want to get free access to that and start to get to know Yuuya, see the way he trades, you can go to bit.ly/Yuuya trades, or you can click on the link in the description below, and that will take you to Discord, where you'll get free access to that channel for a limited time. And it's not free access forever, but you'll at least get some good time in there and actually, like I said, get to know how Yuuya trades, see his daily analysis, and hopefully this can help you in your trading right now and help you to become a better trader. The third thing that's really valuable about these calls is that Yuuya doesn't hold anything back. He literally tells all of his secrets, everything he's thinking, and what this can do is skip that learning curve for you and help you to fast track your way to actually being a successful, profitable trader. Yuuya's gone through obviously a lot of experiences, and he's gone through a lot to get to where he is. So instead of you having to go through the same experiences, you can learn from Yuuya himself. There are obviously a ton of examples that I could show you of Yuuya just sharing something extremely valuable that could just make all the difference in your trading, but I just went in and chose a random example just to give you an idea, and so here's that example now.
So even though like you do lose, you have to just understand that's all part of the game, but understand why you lost and what happened. So say you would have took this trade right here impulsively, and your target was here, and then all of a sudden this candle hits your stop loss here. You just have to explain to yourself that, okay, this move right here was a fake out. It happens to the best of us. Now we're going to react. Maybe this bearish move right here is going to be like the real institutions putting in sell orders. So I could personally enter right here and then put the stop loss of that bearish candle. So say this bearish candle starts forming right here like this, and it stops you out. So this candle right here, boom. You could personally enter shorts like this and then have stop loss above this. But the thing is, the area that it could possibly, start rejecting would be that support. So instead of taking that, you can now wait for this following candle to form. Say it forms like this, and then boom, we got a break below that support. Now this would be a trade you could possibly take with stop loss above this. And then this is not your only confluence. You have this confluence of this candle being a fake out with real volume now kicking in with this bearish engulfing candle. And now you can just have a trade right here. And now you can personally push it to these lows, or if you want, you can go on the lower time frame and possibly just find like an order block or an excuse to enter the trade. But I do see at this point, if we can break these lows right here, we can push it down to these levels right here. So that's kind of like how I see it. And like I think just understanding like losses are not a bad thing, it's all part of the game, but just being able to react after that loss. That's why I always
don't predict, react.
Exactly. Reaction. And that's why I always like to find volume in the market, because volume allows us to react a lot easier than when it's like consolidating and there's no volume.
Okay, so hopefully this video helped you to understand why these live group trading calls are so valuable, and I just want to recap. So the first is that you actually take live trades on the call with Yuuya and the rest of the mastermind, and this can be so beneficial to trade with the mastermind and with 12-time funded trader Yuuya Kato versus just trading on your own, where you can make a lot of mistakes, you can psychologically mess up, do a lot of things like that. But trading in a mastermind group and not trading alone can make all the difference in your trading, especially having multiple sets of eyes and perspectives of the charts of the market, what the market's doing, and obviously having 12-time funded trader Yuuya also looking at the chart and calling out trades and setups and things like that. So that's the first reason there it's extremely valuable. The second reason is that you actually get to learn the skill of trading, right? The goal for you of being on these live trading calls isn't to just copy trades and make money that way. It's to actually learn the skill of trading. And so on these live trading calls, you're able to ask Yuuya any questions that you have, as many questions as you want. You can share setups in the market that you're currently seeing that you want to verify before taking the trade with Yuuya. Whatever it may be, you can ask as many questions as you want on these calls so that you actually understand and begin to develop your edge in the market. The third reason that we talked about was that Yuuya doesn't hold anything back. He will literally talk about all of his secrets, everything that he knows about the market, and a lot of these good traders that maybe you know of, a lot of them don't actually share their secrets or share their edge with you, but Yuuya is completely open and transparent and shares everything with you so that you can also find your edge and be a successful, profitable trader. So if you're interested in being a part of this mastermind, being on these live group trading calls, learning from Yuuya himself to find your edge in the market, go ahead and click on the next video that's about to pop up here. You can learn more about the Funded Trader Fast Track program and exactly what it entails, and you can learn how you can actually become a part of this mastermind. Now, we don't accept everyone into this mastermind. You do fill out an application. We do interview you to make sure that you'd be a good fit for the mastermind, but definitely go check it out and fill out an application if you're interested so that we can interview you, see if it's a good fit, and go from there. So I'll see you in the next video.